Well, hello, hello. This is Rose RCG Creations. How you doing? I don't know. Can you see me? You know what? I'm going to do something. Hang on a second here. There we go. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay. Well, hey, this is Rose RCG Creations. How you doing? Today I'm bringing you I'm going to be making pizza sauce. And what you do is you get your tomatoes, cut them up. Don't forget, take the little center part where the stem was at. Take that out, cut that off. Okay. And then slice them up. Put them in there, put some garlic in there. Of course, I'll put the entire recipe with all the ingredients in the description box. Okay. And then you add some lemon juice. And you could use whatever tomatoes that you have. It's up to you how you want to do it. Some tomatoes, I think they're called plum tomatoes, I think. They require extra water in here. Okay, and you're going to let this cook down for about 5 to 6 hours. Let me make sure you can see what's in there. You can sort of see what's in there. I'm going to bring the camera up a little bit. See that? So I've got oregano, basil, that's fresh oregano, fresh basil, fresh garlic that I just chopped and minced up. And I'll bring you to the next phase. Okay, thank you. We'll be right back. Well, hello, I'm back. And I wanted to show you what I've done. And this sat, going on 7 hours now. And what I did is I extracted the juice. Okay, and save this, put it in a mason jar and water bath it when you do the rest of the sauce. That way, and then just label it tomato sauce, okay, because it's got all the seasonings. You use this instead of water when you're adding, when you're making like spaghetti sauce, more pizza sauce, chili. All those always ask for like a cup or half a cup, whatever they ask for water. Well, instead of using water, you use your tomato juice, okay, because all it is flavored tomato juice. It's got the oregano, my fresh oregano, basil, the garlic, and then the tomatoes. And then also, once you get ready to puree it, which is what I'm getting ready to do with my immersion blender, okay, it's not so watery. Okay, so here's my jar. I'm ready, but I'm waiting for the sauce to cool off before I put it in my jar, because we're still not totally done. I'm going to go ahead and puree it, and I'm going to show you just a little bit because the puree stuff is a little noisy. Okay, so you see the main gist of what I'm doing, and I'm just working in one room around. Don't be careful because this is still on, because it's still cooking and simmering and doing its stuff. Okay, so just be careful because this is hot. Continue to do until you do the whole thing. And you see these whole cloves? Let me move one over here. You just put the emulsion blender on there because it's already soft and it's just going to disintegrate. But you're still going to get that flavor of the entire whole clove of garlic. All I did was take the skins off, take the ends off, cut those off, and I put the whole cloves in there. The first batch that I did mince it up just because I want to get the extra garlic flavor in there, but that was just me. Okay, I'll bring you back when we go to the next phase. Well, we're back. I'm going to get ready to jar it up. I already pureed everything. It's all nice and mushy. Don't forget, taste it to make sure you like it before you can your jars. So I'm going to go ahead and start canning now. I don't need my readers for that. I can see without them. And then I'm just going to fill up each jar to see how many jars I get. I really don't think I'm going to need all of these jars. And then don't forget to wipe your rims with a wet towel, or I use white vinegar. Wipe the rims and the jars if you mess anywhere. And then put your lid on, and then put your ring on. Whatever ring that you're using, Tattlers, reusable lids, I have both, or the metal ball lids, either one. Give yourself a 1-inch headspace. I think I could get a little bit more in that one. And then you put them in your water bath canner for 35 minutes. Then you turn off at 35 minutes, turn off the heat to the canner, let them sit for 5 minutes, and then take the jars out of the canner and lay them on a cloth to cool for about 24 hours. And take your rings off, wipe your jars, and store away. And don't forget, label your jars, and then store away till you get ready to use them. So you see what I'm doing. I'm not going to linger too much longer because it's pretty much the exact same thing. I'll bring you back at the next phase. Okay, they're all jarred. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6. But that's okay because these jars are clean and I'm going to use it to make my next batch is going to be chili. Then after that I'm going to make spaghetti sauce. So, just get your clean paper towel, dip it in, like I do it in vinegar. This didn't make the whole thing, but that's okay. I'm not going to water can bath that one, because it's not a full jar. I could add water to it, but it's going to be really watery, so I don't want to do that. Oh, when you do your rims, don't forget to do the rings, just in case you might have accidentally spilled. Then turn your towel around, so just in case there's any sauce on there. Oh, before you do that too, double check. Make sure your hands are clean. Make sure there's not any cracks or little dibbles or something on the jars itself. Okay, like that one had pieces of sauce on it. And see how you did that? So just take your towel and turn it around. I had to do another project, so the sauce is no longer hot. It had to cool. It took longer than I expected, but that's okay because the jars are not hot. But you really remember, if you're doing hot product, you got to have hot jars, hot rings and lids, and a hot canner. If you're doing a cold product or when it's like room temperature, then everything needs to be at room temperature. That way you don't shock your jars and possibly get a look at that. Didn't even see that, but it wiped it off. So that's the whole reason why you want to do this, because you never know when there might be a spill that you don't see, and that it's going to compromise your seal. I think I did this one. Let me just double check it. Well, it's clean, so I must have. Okay. Now let me get my rings. Ouch! Water's hot, water's hot. I've got some of these harvest guard lids. I've got some ball lids. I've got some cur lids. And I do recycle my lids. I put a little notch on there. And if it turns out that one seal, but I haven't, knock on wood, I have not had a seal fail except for twice. And those were with brand new, out of the box lids. So, you do your own research. You do your own homework, and you can how you want to can. Okay, let me go get my rings. I will tell you, Ball says the new lids, you do not have to heat in boiling water to loosen the rubber like the old ones did. And this is finger tight. What you do is put it on there and then finger tight, and I use my middle finger and my thumb. And of course everybody's muscles is different, but for me this is what always seems to work, so I'm going to stick with it. And one thing is, I don't take the label, the name off until I know, because if this jar, see this one that's got the name on it? If this jar doesn't seal, then I know I'm going to label this as bad, B-A-D, and I'm only going to use this lid for dry packing when I'm doing vacuum packing product, because that doesn't have to have an tremendous. I'm only vacuum packing like stuff that I'm going to eat in a couple of months. And I just put a little right BAD on it. That way I know, don't use it for pressure canning, but it's okay to use for dry packing. Okay, so we got these extra rings. Everybody has a ring. I'm going to go put them in the canner. I'm going to turn the camera around for you so you can see. Bear with me. Let me get my little tongs, and I'm going to bring you back over here so you can see what's going on. Okay, let me angle this camera a little bit. There's my water bath canner. It's not totally hot yet, but it's getting there. I'm still new to canning, so I forgot to put you always make sure you put a bottom container in the bottom so your jars don't get too hot. I'm going to show you here. See how I have too much water because I thought I was going to do a double layer, but I didn't have enough jars to do a double layer. So I'm going to take, excuse the reach here, I'm going to take some of this water out because I don't need all this water. And that's okay because this hot water is going to be good for my pot that's soaking, my roaster, to wash it out. I think I only need one more. Let's double check it. I'm going to bring my jars. You want to set your jars on top of that plate, that metal plate. Make sure, if you can, that the jars are not touching the outside of the pan or each other, because as it's boiling, they start to jiggle. And for the simple fact is, because I did not start with absolutely hot product, this is going to give time for the jars to kind of get warm before it comes to once it comes to a rapid boil. Then that's when you set your timer. And these are going to process for 35 minutes. So I'm going to wait till I get the rapid boil, and then I'll set that up. So I'm going to fill up my canner and I'll bring you back. Okay, we're back. The canner's done. And I will time my timer at 35. Then I'll set the timer for another 5, because that's what it's recommended. Now we're going to take them out of the water bath canner. Remember, just pick them up. Don't tilt them, because that compromises the seal. The water on top will eventually evaporate out. And if it bothers you, just get another towel and lightly tap it down. Oop, let me get me I'm spilling my water over here. And when you put them down, make sure you got plenty of space in between each jar. Don't let them touch anything, because they need that air circulation to cool down. It takes roughly about 12 to 24. I've always just done the 24-hour method, and it seems to work for me, and I'm good to go. And then I'm just going to leave this canner here with the lid on off of it. And let me angle you over. And you see, they're on my jars. We'll wait till tomorrow. Then I'll take the rings off, wipe all the jars, and we're good to go. Then you'll start to hear them go ping, 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 ping. That means they've got a good seal. Or you press the top. If the button is up, that means it did not seal. If it's down, that means it got a good seal. Okay, great. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and share. Bye-bye. Okay, here are my 6 jars of pizza sauce ready. I just got to label it. And I store mine in the same box, so next weekend I get to do 6 more. Yay! Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and share. Bye-bye.